So let's look at the reading section. So the reading section is divided into, you have three sections, 3 passages, 60 minutes to complete the test. There is no extra time at the end of the test to transfer your answers. So while you're answering, you have to make sure that you're copying your answers in your answer sheet, okay? The total length of the text put together will be from 2,000 to 2,750 words. Different part of the question, we have total of 40 questions. So some passages, they're going to have 12, 13, not like, depends, okay? So the time allowed is 60 minutes. You have 3 passages and the number of the questions are 40, right? Each correct answer only worth 1 mark. So whether it's difficult or easy, it only worth 1 mark, okay? The most important thing that you have to understand that the passages are also progressively difficult, right? They become progressively difficult. What does that mean? How do they make it difficult? By the paraphrase. Every passage, they start making the paraphrase a little bit harder. What you have to understand, you have 60 minutes and you have 40 questions to answer. If you divide 60 by 40, it's going to be 1 point something minute per question without the passage. So reading to understand, this is not the aim of the exam. The exam is not testing your comprehension skills. It's testing other skills, like identifying the main idea, paraphrasing, understanding paraphrase, identify supporting information, identifying details. So you have to know how to use your time wisely. So the questions per passage, question number 1 is going to be the easiest, and usually the last question is going to be the hardest. So if it took you more than 1 minute to answer the question, please move on. That means that it's a little bit harder for you to answer. Move on. You're going to find other questions that are easier. The questions difficulties also go progressively. So some questions are going to be easy, some questions are going to be difficult. Don't waste your time to answer one question that is difficult because it's worth 1 point as an easy question, okay? Now, you have the reading passage number 1, informative text, okay? It's giving you basic information about a topic, usually something related to science, social, culture, art, history, something like that. The passage number 2 and passage number 3 are discursive text. What does that mean? They're also talking about, they're giving you facts, but also they're giving opinions of the writer's opinion or some other researcher's opinions, okay? So what are you supposed to do before the reading? What you're supposed to do, number 1, a lot of students ask me, should I go to the questions first or should I go to the passage first? What I always tell them is, if they understand the main idea of the passage, it's going to be easier for them to understand the questions. If they don't understand the main idea of the passage, it takes a little bit harder to understand the questions. And at the same time, while you're reading the passage, you're not reading the entire passage. You want to identify the main idea of every paragraph. Why you want to identify the main idea of every paragraph? So you would be able to go quickly. You read the question, underline the keywords. I read this in paragraph number 1. This is the main idea of paragraph number 2. So probably the sentences are going to be like that. I'm going to find my answer here. Okay? So the first thing what you have to understand is you survey the text, look at the picture, heading, title. Then read the first and the last sentence of the introduction paragraph. Why? The first and the last sentence of the introduction paragraph, they're going to tell you they're going to elaborate more on the title. So you're going to understand the main idea of the entire passage. Then read the topic sentence of every paragraph. What does that mean? You have to read topic sentence, the first sentence. Why? To understand the main idea of this paragraph. Because in English, every paragraph starts with a topic sentence, which is the main idea. then all the sentence below describe, explain, give example about the topic sentence, right? So if you understand the main idea of the paragraph, of each paragraph, you would be able to know where, when you read the question, that this would probably be in this paragraph or that paragraph. Then read topic sentences of every paragraph. Main idea sometimes follow words such as but, however, first, most important. So if you read the first sentence and the second sentence start with these, you have to understand that this is going to be your main idea, and it's very important, okay? Circle the controlling idea of every paragraph. Don't just read and underline. Write on the margin, circle the main idea so you won't forget, okay? Then read the last two sentences of the conclusion, because always you can have a question about the conclusion, okay? If you want to get 6, if you read the first, second, and last sentence of every paragraph, 75% of your answers are going to be in the first, second, and last. So if you look for the answers in these sentences, it's going to be easy for you to get 6 or 6.5. If you want to get higher than 6.5, then you're going to find some answers in the middle of the paragraphs, okay? So this is the general introduction for the reading. Follow us on YouTube and wait for our videos to explain more about the reading.